Just watch your light on me. Get shadows on you.
Okay. Well. Hello, and thank you for tuning in. We are live. My name is Ami Peacock. I am your host for this live stream. And for those of you who waited while we iron things out, thank you so much for your patience. And I have invited few of my friends to join me in our live stream to kick off the new year. So we are welcoming the year 2020, or sorry, 2022, pardon me. And we are excited to bring this 2022, and we are going to spend a little bit of time looking back, but also spending time on what we call daydreaming. So I want to say thank you for having my friends as my guests today, Matthew Leong and also Kara Wang. Thank you so much, the two of you. Also, thank you for Nomads Productions for helping us kick off this amazing, I guess, opportunity to live stream. So let's begin. And I see that we have few comments already coming in. So thank you for that. Get it going. Keep it coming. We love to hear from you. We love to hear your sending us your love and sending us your comments. So this is our second live stream, actually. And as always, when you are starting with new projects, we have some ideas, but if you have any ideas what you wanted to cover, feel free to email it to us or send it or add that in the chat. Another thing too, if you wanted to be part of this project, you can also email us or let us know you want to be on our show. So we hope to do this once a week. Now that we have all the technology in place, so we can do that now. Right. Let me see. Yes. So let me read from the comments here from Woba Fat. How is everything doing? And we're doing great. Thank you, guys. Thank you for that comment. And from Paul says, hi, everyone. So a few people are already sending their or adding their comments. And we had some technical issues that we had to iron things out. And so thank you, Wubafat, for being so patient and understanding as well. So thank you also so much. And again, keep the comments coming, and we will try to read as many as we can. And also, if you have friends whom you want to invite them as well. Okay. Let's see. So, the first thing I wanting to bring is a friend, Matthew Leong. Here's the question. We actually prepared a question here. The first question, can you recall any good or embarrassing memories over the past 12 months that stood out in your time with Beyond? So putting Matthew here on the spot. Matthew, I hope you're ready. Again, we really wanted this to be real, to be authentic, and everything goes. And, thank you so much, Matthew, for coming. And so, Matthew, we're going to put you on the spot. I don't know if you remember the question, but I have it here. So the question is, can you recall any good or embarrassing memories over the past 12 months that stood out in your time with Beyond?
Hi, Ami.
Hi, Matthew.
Hi, thanks for inviting me on today. And this is a great little project that we have. Anyways, I want to wish everybody that everybody had a good 2021 and that everybody will have a fruitful 2022. The last 12 months have been so quick. I just read my journals and time is so weird.
Mm-hmm.
Any good or embarrassing memories, right? So yeah, definitely. More good than embarrassing, but good ones being we got some students to help us build a new app.
Mm-hmm.
University students, which chose our vision to build our app of helping patients rely less on drug interventions and more on just community resources, which will help them develop more confidence, more self-reliance, empowerment,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah. And the embarrassing, I think, the most embarrassing is getting out of bed, or actually no, being in bed and me phoning me at 10 a.m. in the morning and and just getting into the meeting 5 minutes after we're supposed to start the meeting, and yeah, that was pretty embarrassing for me.
Yeah. Oh, Matthew.
More than once.
Yeah. For those of you who are just listening, Matthew and I actually have met in an unusual place, actually. I'd say from the very beginning of when I started Beyond the Conversation. And we were, it was the work BC, actually. And I was just, he was there, I was there using the resource room, and I just approached Matthew. And believe it or not, for those of you who just tuning in, Matthew is the first person whom I've asked to create our logo. So if you see the logo right now that we have, so I started with a vision, and I couldn't sleep at night. And so I scribbled the vision, and Matthew, as always, gave me a very constructive feedback. And so finally we came up with this heart. So my description is that I see people warm and the seed, and wrapping them with kindness, with love, and flourishing from wherever that they are. And so he created this beautiful of course, beautiful logo. And then another friend also kind of tweak it and added another color. So we have been friends, right, Matthew? We have been friends from what, 5-6 years now? I'd say 6 years now. So it's always started friendship.
2017, I think.
Yeah. And friendship always started by just meeting on the streets and anywhere, and that cultivated into very flourishing friendship to these days. I say some trusting relationship, and Matthew and I will go out for a walk as well, right, Matthew?
Oh yeah.
So thank you very much. And if you, for those of you who are listening, if you have comments and this thing resonate with you, absolutely leave it in the chat. And also after this, you can also send the link as well, and subscribe as well. And we're hoping that some of you will be coming as my guest for the next one. Okay, so Matthew, thank you so much for that incredible story. And we are moving on to our next question. All right. So our next question, we're going to be bringing Kara with us. And our next question is, what have you appreciated the most about our work or the culture we have cultivated? Before we bring Kara in, I wanted to share a little bit, because I don't think in the beginning I shared a bit about the work of Beyond. So the work of Beyond the Conversation, when I started, and that was in 2016, it was actually the focus is addressing social isolation and loneliness among seniors. And it is still today, it is still the majority of people actually that are experiencing the issues. And then in 2017, we got invited to participate in the Truth and Reconciliations. And we were invited to come and set up a booth. And so many people, we probably saw more than 1,000 of people came to our booth. And majority of them were young people. They actually said to me, and this particular young man, he said, "That's great that you are addressing social isolation and loneliness among seniors, but we, as young people, we also experience it too." And so the light came on and my heart just broke. And so from then on, I realized that the problem is actually much wider and much deeper, not just for the seniors, but young people too. So with this question, I am going to ask Kara to come on. And Kara, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
And
thank you, Ame,
yeah.
to invite me. Thank you so much for everyone. For me, from my experience, beyond the conversation, actually is an opportunity, not only just to help others. For myself, it's also an opportunity to develop my skills as well. I've hosted yoga session for 1.5 years now. So I never thought I could go so far. But Ame and my friends encouraged me and trust me even before I trust myself. So I think beyond the conversation is like a great platform where allow myself or others to grow on it and support us whenever we need. So that's why for this 1.5 years, I grew so much. Actually, I never believed I could do that. And yeah, for now, I'm very comfortable to be host the yoga session and practice yoga with everyone together. Yeah, I think in beyond the conversation, it's the like platform, as I said, everyone can grow on it. So that's amazing things I really appreciate, and the trust I got from the beyond is so meaningful, so supportive for me. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, I really appreciate it about that.
And so for those of you, and this is your first. Oh. Okay. I see Kara's lips from my screen. I have another screen. So thank you, Kara, for that. For those of you who are actually, this is your first time meeting Kara, Kara and I actually met in 2014.
Yeah, 6 years ago.
More than 6 years. 6 years. So Kara and I met in one of the events I hosted, and then after that meeting, you went back to Kara. You went back to China, I believe.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
And then you came back again, and so we got reconnected, and I'd say, I think it is important. I'm not sure if you heard of this. So you probably heard of this. When you are working for a nonprofit or anything, the employer oftentimes would tell, at least in my experience, so I'm just recalling my own experience. The employer often say, don't get too close to any clients or any volunteers. Don't get too close because that's not your job. Your job is to provide a help for them, but you are not a friend. That to me, that's very, very strange. I find that very, very strange. And sometimes I find that very sad as well. So when I started Beyond the Conversation, I actually promised that we will do something differently. And so Beyond the Conversation is unique in a way because, like Kara and Matthew's story, we are actually friends. We are not just a transaction. I think this is important that we understand that we have an option, and if given an opportunity, we have to take a route in that we build relationship, we build friendship. Because if it is just a transactional, then friendship is not going to flourish in a way that we're seeing with Kara and Matthew. Paul is in the room, and other people that we come to work. So it's important, I think, for me as a leader to inspire, to model, and to encourage people to enter into a relationship or enter into this friendship relationship. Because when we come to a place where we need friends, they are there for us when we need a shoulder to cry on, and vice versa. So we have some comments here from Wobapat. He said, I think it is great that you are addressing it and to all ages when you reach out to me and had that one-on-one conversation. Thank you for that, Wobapat. And also, he said it really meant a lot and was nice to have a conversation such as we did. Thank you for that. And there is a conversation between Matthew and Wobafat as well. Very interesting to know more about it. The type of prescription can go further than just medicine. So this is referring to what Matthew mentioned earlier about the app that we are creating, or we're getting help to create. So thank you for the comment. Keep it coming, and get it going. And so for Kara, and this is interesting too, Kara, because you and I, we have not only friends, but also we are working together as well. So, and for those of you, I think Kara mentioned that she runs an open talk cafe yoga on Sundays. Kara, the time is 11 a.m., right? 11 a.m. to noon. And for those of you interested to learn more about Open Talk Cafe, you can go to our website, beyondtheconversation.org. Okay. So the next question, we'll move on to the next question. The producer just shared that the battery is very low. All right. So the next question here is, what is the power of encouraging from a friend? Can we actually bring Kara and Matthew? Okay. All right. We're just waiting for the two friends to come. So the question is, what is the power of encouragement from a friend? So you can also leave your comment here in the chat if you have the power of encouragement from a friend, or maybe better yet, if you remember who that friend is, maybe you can even call or email that friend and just say, hey, thank you so much for being with me, encouraging me during the whole year and during the tough time. One is encouraging you. What impact does it have on you? You start with you, Kara.
Matthew?
Yeah.
Me? Okay. Start back from yoga session. I was treated as a yoga instructor, but I never think I could actually do that. But I mean, you just said, okay, yeah, I give you this platform, just try it. So that encouragement is so great for me to let me start. I remember the first time I'm so nervous. I prepared for 3 days and try to figure out what sequences I need to design and also how to deliver the cues. And the first yoga session, just I think three people there. And after that, all of my friends support me and encourage me. You did good job. And then they come regularly every week. So it makes me feel I need to improve myself. I must do all my effort to improve. And yeah, it has been 1 year, 1.5 year now. I feel so comfortable now because I have a base. My friends always there, so I just know at the time they will show up. So this confidence come from their encouragement and also come from their trust. So I know they will be there. Then I must be prepared for them and improve for them. So all of my friends and Ame encourage me to go this far, and for maybe forever, for as long as I can. Yeah, very important for me. Thank you so much for having me. That's right. Yes, yes, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I was. I think beyond the conversation offered me such a safety net, kind of, so that I'm able to take risk and try something new and different without knowing that if I make a really big mistake, my life will not be in danger.
Exactly. Yeah. Mm.
So the power of encouragement. Who encouraged you in the past, and who do you want to encourage in 2020 or 2022? I don't know why I am saying 2020. I think because of the 2020, and it's also in my Gmail, but it's 2022, guys. Ignore my 2020. It's 2022. All right. We are moving on to our next, and this is my favorite. Actually, this one is my favorite. We are moving into daydreaming session. If you know me long enough, you will hear me say, let's daydream, right? And I have one friend who is also involved with Beyond. And for the first time, I said, how about instead of catching up, we will do a daydreaming? Her eyes went big and her whole demeanor changed. And she goes like this, my favorite. So I knew I am in the best company. So I am I have with me again Kara and Matthew. And the question, Matthew and Kara, Matthew, you go first, is what is your daydream for 2022 and beyond?
Thanks for asking me that question, Emmy. Because really, on my heart, I want to be able to meet like-minded people in the tech community and talk about tech, and also volunteer and help each other.
Mm-hmm.
Deep subjects in tech like blockchain and security, cybersecurity, and VR and web design.
Mm-hmm.
So I really, and I think I really want to form some kind of a collective around this area. So, so we just have a bigger circle of friends and being able to break out of our comfort zone, because being in computers, we tend to be a little bit isolated, a little bit siloed. But once you have cross-pollination, it will be much more fun, I think.
Absolutely. That's absolutely true, Matthew. And I couldn't agree more. Beyond the Conversation is all about collaboration, and it's all about in partnership. We were planning to write a book, and I said, writing a book on my own is no fun. Why don't we write books together? So it is in the work, and thank you, Matthew, for sharing. I love this because I don't know if you notice when Matthew actually share his dreams. If you pay attention, his voice rise up, and there's energy and excitement in his voice, and his eyes. You can see he's thinking about in the future, and so there is that hope. This is what I love about daydreaming. We don't do too much of it, I think. I think people, especially adults, we think that only children can daydream. But I will challenge you on that. I will actually, 2022, I will challenge you to start daydreaming and see your whole perspective change, and your goals and your future career or whatever that may be will change because of daydreaming. So I am going to bring Kara and listen to her own version of Daydream for 2022.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, when you talk about daydreaming, I think you know what occurred me is that several times I heard you said, dream big. I remember that you said dream big, and that occurred to me that, and I think okay, I like to dream big. For me, in 2022, I hope one day someone approach me or approach our Beyond the Conversation and said, and will say, you changed my mind. My life is more happy, more healthy. I will feel so happy if someone say that to me, to our Beyond the Conversation. For myself, I host yoga session, which is not just for learn some little more postures. It's about how do you think about your life, how you appreciate yourself, how to be more healthy, how to understand yourself, how to explore yourself, how to explore your potential. So I think if I continuously to do that, and also Beyond the Conversation continually to assist or help more people, one day someone will tell us, you change my mind, you change my life, you make our life better, happier. That's my dream for next year. Thank you.
Oh, I love this session. I so love this session. And Kara, you're right. You know, I know Kara for a long time, and you know, this is why I say to people, stop judging people before you get to know them. Kara is very, very smart, and Kara is actually an author of a book. She was a what was that, Kara? Your last work?
Wang, W-A-N-G.
No. What? No, your work before you came to Canada.
Architecture.
Yeah.
My background, architecture. Yeah.
And Kara is a professor, and so you know we are in a different environment, and oftentimes we stop dreaming for whatever that is. Kara always make a comment to me and said, you made my life you know, you helped me reach the impossible. And I say this to Kara and to Matthew. It's like a tea. The flavor, it's already there. All I did as a friend and a mentor is really providing a hot water so that you can really taste your true flavor, your true potential.
Right.
And oftentimes you look at me as I have some form of, you know, a magic wand. I really don't. I only simply recognize that, you, Matthew and Kara, and the rest of our team, they have potential that sometimes they don't yet recognize. But as a leader, it is a privilege, but it is also a calling to recognize and help my team flourish. And because when they flourish, guess what happened? They impact the world around them, their family, their friends, and the people that they met. And the greater community become enriched because you are part of it, Matthew and Tara. So for me, I am daydreaming for where beyond the conversation could become, and I'm very excited to this year because we are increasing now our impact, but also focusing our work into maybe bringing more mentoring and coaching, and ensuring, as Kara mentioned earlier, I would love that too, Kara, that people come to us and say, thank you, because of your work, my life is better, or is enhanced or enriched, and I am doing this or that because you have inspired me. So that is our dream. My dream this year for Beyond is big, and of course, we will continue to do this video live streaming. And so, for those of you who has not yet subscribed, please subscribe, and we will be offering private session as well for maybe training or workshop. So if you are subscribing, you will receive a notice from us right away. But that is really where we're at, and so grateful for the time that you have invested watching us and following us and sending us your love. Thank you very much for the comments here. I will read one or two comments from the chat. Let's see if I can open this. So Wobafat said, in 1 year, I feel like a completely different person in the best way possible. And to extend further, I suppose that's Matthew, I like gaining knowledge as well as all forms of entertainment, film, TV, and gaming. And Paul said, not sure what my dream is, so I'll just keep dreaming. Well said, Paul. That's exactly it. If the purpose is not quite defined or clear, that's exactly what you said. We just keep dreaming, keep on dreaming. And people sometimes will say, it's crazy that you keep dreaming for something that it never happens. But actually, it did happen or can happen. The fact that you're dreaming, it actually change your views of the world. It will change the way that you think about your purpose in life. Loneliness, in earlier we talked about that, the loneliness actually happens to us human beings. There is a season of life, and some season we are in the highs, and some seasons we are in the lows. And my season, for whatever strange reasons, is just before winter, and I will get so depressed, and sometimes I don't even get up early because it just I go through that. But loneliness, there is two kinds of loneliness. So seasonal loneliness, and then there is a chronic loneliness. It's the chronic loneliness that we have to watch out for. If we can, it's something that we need to start getting help or talking to friends. And sometimes loneliness is a cause for not seeing our true purpose in life. Or some people call it the meaning of life, meaningful contribution, whatever that may be. So it's something that if I can encourage you this year, find that purpose. And as Paul said, start and continue in the daydreaming and think about that possibilities or even the impossible. Because that's what dreaming is all about. Is sometimes it's not often a linear, it's not a straight line. Sometimes it's curvy and sometimes it's like mountains and valleys. But within it, if we allow ourselves to walk on those valleys and tall mountains, we will discover what we are created to be. So for that, then I am going to thank so much Paul and Wobafat for spending time with us. Matthew and Kara, thank you so much for your friendships, and for the rest of my team at Beyond the Conversation, all the volunteers, the hosts of Open Talk Cafe, present and past volunteers, and our supporters, participants. Happy New Year to all of you, to our sponsors, to Nomads Productions for their contribution and producing this live stream that we come to enjoy. We will continue to follow us every week. As I said, we are going to have one or two guests to spend time with me as well. And we will have a great conversation. So this is a Beyond TV. And I think for Beyond TV, what I really would love to take this is that there is a real deep conversation. It's just beyond the weather or any gossipy, nothing like that at all. We'll go beyond the messiness of relationship as human beings, but we are also highlighting the voices of people who are truly the heroes in the community that oftentimes you don't hear because they have to have a certain figure or certain things to uphold before they can speak and before you can hear their voice. So Beyond TV, that's what I wanting to achieve, is that we're inviting everyone to share their stories, to share their voice, and to make a greater impact. And so thank you all so much for spending time with us Beyond the Conversation, and for Kara Wong and Matthew Leong. Unfortunately, my friend Neil could not make it today because of other reasons. So I bid my goodbye and Happy New Year to all of you. Bye-bye.